So I've heard that the secret to the sound on the MPC 3000 is the floppy disk. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. This will be my first beat on this thing right here, which is the MPC 3000, and this is the LE version, to be exact, the limited edition, the J Dilla Killer MPC. And I ain't gonna even front, like, we working backwards, but this is something I've been looking forward to for a while. I've had it, and you know, I just want to cook up on it and see how good it is. Don't worry about me having any healthy critiques or trying to review this in one video. This week I'll do a full-on retro review, you know, respectfully. And I also will do a comparison video since everybody's talking about character, sound, and AD converters and all that stuff. And I think the community deserves a logical and scientific explanation rather than hearsay. I think you guys deserve that. You know, other than that, I don't know how in the hell I'm gonna use a floppy disk. If you couldn't detect the sarcasm, I got one from Amazon like everybody else can. I have it linked in the description box. It will be an affiliate link. I think that's fair for this video. And mine's is right here. I purchased it with my own money. Ain't nobody gave me no damn sponsorship whatsoever. Everything seems to be working. You can see a light on this thing. This is the exact same one from Amazon. Now I have to do is put in a floppy disk and we are good to go. Bow. Bro, can you not hear this sound? What the fuck? Why are we doing this video? And it's working. Look at it, it's right here. Floppy disk drive A. Hilarious. So the older MPCs had a specified file type. They took sound files. They didn't take WAV files. Now the 2500, the 1000, the 5000 took WAV files. That was the update for that. But the older MPCs don't. Like the 2000, 2000 XL, 3000, the 60, and so forth. Yeah, it's different. The right website for the job is WAV SND. You can download this file. I have it linked in the description box, of course. It works for the MPC 3000, the MPC 60, as long as the firmware is at 3.10, and the MPC 2000. I don't know if it works for the 2000 XL. So after you download the file, you will just go to that file and then you will just pull it up here. Once you pull it up on your screen, it will look like this. It'll be in a folder. You can put all the files here. I'll have the pack that I'm using in the description box because it's one of the packs at 16levels.com. You will just highlight all the WAV files. You don't have to rename nothing. And you just drag and drop it over into WAV SND. And once the conversion is over with, you'll see that you have the SND files. From there, you just pull up your floppy disk and go from there. So I'll go to this PC and then choose my floppy disk drive. And here she is, the MPC 3000, the Roger Lynn limited edition version. This thing is beautiful. Let me go ahead and put this disc inside of the MPC 3000 and then I will turn it on. Let's get to hear everything as it goes. And as you can see that, you know, I have 32 megabytes. That's what that adds up to. So it's fully kitted out. Man, this is a classic design. I can't help but to gush over this joint. I mean, the retractable screen, the simple OS, just all that's necessary, in my opinion, for an MPC. I know, you was probably expecting me to hate on this. I know you guys. Let me add these vibes. Just for the culture, you know, you already know the vibes, man. I gotta do it. I gotta do it. Let me put Dre right here, man. So the real question is, how in the hell do I load sounds on this thing? Well, it's pretty simple. Just hit this disc button right here, and then you would go to the data entry. I love these buttons, by the way, and just hit 7. And from there, you can go and load these sounds. So I have the sounds right here. I'm just gonna load them as they go. So that bass. You can hear the ambiance. It's taking a second to load. That was just a small little bass note. These are all one shots, of course. This is 503 kilobytes. Boy, look at that, it's taking forever, ever. Y'all sure you want these problems? Let's go over here, load this sound up. And we are good to go. So the next thing I guess I have to do, I'm just gonna go to programs and sounds. So it's this button right here. And once I hit programs and sounds, it says edit sounds, or well, starting from 5, because if you mess with the 4 options over here, those are, well, there it goes. It says select and select program, assign sounds. So I'm gonna go ahead and press 1. And from here, you can select sounds. So, and you can preview the sounds by pressing down on the pad. So you can see me hitting the pad here, and then you can go into full level. I'm gonna use full level anyways. I'm not gonna use that yet, or I might just go ahead and assign it to this pad right here. So let's assign that bass to this pad, and then hit the pad right here. Of course, we'll put the kick right here. Then the snare. I can hear a little bit of ghosting on the pads. And that's kind of common with the older MPCs, or actually all the MPCs to be real. Hey, I gotta try some finger drumming at least. One thing that you'll notice is the sound quality. You know, that's the big thing that everybody is talking about, the 3000, and it has nothing to do with the converters. As you can hear, those samples were in 44.1 kilohertz. And once you convert them to S&D or sound files or whatnot, they go to 22.1, I believe. If I'm wrong, just let me know in the comment section. All you old school MPC heads, I'm pretty sure y'all are ready and to get mad at me and all that shit. But yeah, let's go ahead and lay this thing out the best way we can. So the tempo button's right over here. I'm gonna set a tempo up, and then I'm gonna use the data wheel. And the data wheel feels pretty good, you know. It's like a classic data wheel. It does not click down. It's about the same size as the MPC, current generation MPC 1 and Live 2. So I'm gonna hit the main button or main screen on here. And as I can see, I can only get as much as 2 bars on this thing. I'm gonna hit timing correct. Let's go ahead and see that. And the timing correct options, hopefully everybody can see this. This screen is hella blue, but you can adjust the screen, but that looks normal. So I'm looking at this and I see that, you know, you have your normal 1/16 and all that. And I don't want any of this stuff. I just want it off. So hopefully it's off. And I see that it has like other options for off. I don't know what's up with that. Let me know in the comments. That sounds like it's right. Weird. So I'm learning. It does feel a little funky on the timing correct. It doesn't feel like that's exactly what I played. I don't know the reason why it's like that. Again, I'm new to this. Don't just judge me so harshly. All right, so I'm gonna go to another track here on track number 2, and hopefully, yeah, so the bass is here. And what I'm gonna do is put the bass in with 16 levels. 16 levels, I can choose between velocity. Look at this, man. The fact that things have not changed over the years is amazing. So I'm gonna do that and hit on. All right. Not bad, not bad, not bad. Gotta lay out those horns. Marlo, you already know I gotta salute you, my dog. So this time in 16 level, I'm gonna use the velocity, and then I'm gonna turn it on for the horn sound. So I wonder if you can mix on here. I already know the answer to that because I've seen a mixer option. So I'm gonna press mixer and effects. These are all the options that I have here. It says 1 is stereo out mixer, 2 is individual outs effects mixer, 3 is all mix data text, and then 4 mix source select automated mix, and then 5 is effects, so I can put an effect on one of the pads, I believe. And let's go ahead and let's see what stereo out mixer. So I have to use these cursor buttons over here to get something out of this. So I'm just over here just trying to make sure that you guys can see it. I'm gonna go out of 16 level here. I wanna lower the volume on that. And then let's see if we can do this in real time. The answer is no. Let's turn off this metronome. Let's turn off metronome real quick. So the metronome options is under other, and yeah, it's not too difficult. This is not too difficult. It says in play. I'm gonna turn it off, and then let's hit play start. But I also noticed that I could have used, in this instance, I could have used this count in to make it count in, because when you press play start, it's not like how on the new MPCs are. So let's mess with this mix some more. So I'm gonna go in the mixer and then choose 1 again. And from here, I'm gonna hit the pad and then use this data wheel. All right. Last but not least, I wonder if this thing has track mutes. I don't know. Bruh, I told you this is my first time. So the MPC 3000 doesn't have track mutes like the modern day MPCs, or since I think it was introduced to when the 4000 came out. So what you can do is go into programs and sounds. And what I did was go into number 2. And from what I've learned is that you can set things up to like mono and stuff like that. And this is kind of how you set up choke groups. And so if you want to edit your drums and your program or whatever, you can just go ahead and do that simply by, you have like a tag, you have your envelope. This is the envelopes and stuff like that. And you can go and tune stuff. Let's see. Overall, my experience with the 3000, not bad, to be honest. Like, just walking into this not knowing a thing, just going off the strength of what I built over muscle memory from other MPCs, and just clicking a couple of buttons or two, just figuring things out for myself. This is a joy. I thoroughly enjoy and understand why a lot of people like the 3000. Just like how I like almost every single MPC. There's honestly no MPC that I don't like it. For those who don't know, my experience has been pleasant. Now, the absence of track mutes, I know, like that's a little different. It's hard to argue about something that paved the way for all the other MPCs for it not to have it. Things do get added in, not every single aspect of the MPCs of old, especially the oldest, one of the oldest ones, which is the 3000, would have everything that other MPCs have. The sound was pleasant, and that had nothing to do with the converters. Like, we'll get more scientific with that, like I said, but the sound quality was great, especially when converting it down to a sound file. You got a little bit more lo-fi, if I wanted to be so plain to say that. It gave you 22 instead of 44. The pads, I noticed the ghost notes on here was a little crazy. However, it's not unmanageable. You would definitely have to get used to pressing the pads on this versus like the current generation MPCs or any other MPC for that matter. And that's always been true. Like every MPC has its own individual feel, especially when we're talking about like the stock ribbon pads that you get on your MPC. It just always has a different feel. And that's why I think a lot of people love it. However, paying up to $8,000 or let's just say $7,000 for an older MPC, dude, it's just a commodity. It's something, it's a flex at this point. You just can't say that the value is there based off of all of what it offers, though the things that it offers, it does extremely well, and that's why it's tried and true in hip hop. And the biggest thing that I want people to understand is the producers of old, they had less, but they did a lot with it. And a lot of people, when they walk into the DAW world or when they are going into the groovebox world, they feel like they have less, and that is the general appeal of a groovebox. You don't have everything, and you have to use this right here, your noggin, to figure out things and to be creative. And that brings more creativity than having a whole bunch of stuff at your access and then you just don't know where to start, where you have some of the stuff right in front of you and you have to figure it out and make the best kind of bop that you can. If that was applied more to modern day music, I promise you guys that you would hear a generational change in a lot of things that are out, instead of everybody kind of following suit, dragging and dropping. Not saying there's nothing wrong with that, or I'm not saying that there's something wrong with that, but dude, I get why a lot of people that are older than me enjoy the 3000. That's all I'm trying to say. To the right of me, I have more content for that ass. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel. Do you want an MPC 3000 masterclass? I definitely want to hear from you guys in the comment section. Yeah, history, dope shit. Make sure you check out the links in the description box.